Get your curls percolated. Oh, Miage. Get you some.
Y'all, this episode of Basketball Wives done got my pressure all the way up, okay? All the way up. They worked on my last nerve. Y'all, let's just go ahead and get into it. So the episode starts off with everybody except for Evelyn and Shawnee boarding a bus for a day trip out in the country of Amsterdam. Big old wooden shoes and shit everywhere. Jackie, when they first get on the bus, says, why don't we all sit together? And Kristen is like, no. And her and Malaysia go to sit in the back of the bus, leaving OG and Cece and Jackie to sit in the front of the bus. And then they both sit there and have the same conversation. And Malaysia takes on Kristen and Evelyn's beef as her own, saying that, I don't know why she would say that about us not having any jobs. Why would you put me in it? You know, why would you say something like that about me? I'm your family. You know, she just really needs to say what she said and own it. And I'm just kind of like, Malaysia, you know good and goddamn well wasn't nobody talking about you. She was specifically talking about Evelyn. She was talking about Jen. And she put Kristen in it because Kristen wanted to be their friend and she saw that. And Kristen, you work on my nerves so bad because it keeps going from one thing to the next with you. You just want to have a problem with Cece. That's the way it seems to me. At first, it was, oh, she's not speaking up for herself, and I don't know what's wrong with her. Then it was the text message. Then it was you didn't get invited to the party that you probably wouldn't have went to anyway. In her confessional, Kristen says that, oh, they used to be ride or die. Bitch, you told Jennifer that y'all was surface friends, okay? So which one is it? Are you ride or die or your surface friends? I don't even think you know. And that's what makes me think that Kristen is on some utter bullshit. I don't give a fuck about your cute little baby and you saying that, oh, it's about my daughter. They don't want to spend time with my baby, just be in her presence. Girl, why don't you take your baby over to their house if you feel like that? Why don't you call and be like, hey, won't y'all babysit the baby? You ain't saying never once that they said no to any of that. You just saying they haven't come over to your apartment to relieve some stress since you can't handle your one fucking baby. Bitch, I see you. Malaysia just really wants Kristen to tell Cece what her problem with her is, meaning she wants her to bring up the fucking text message. And Malaysia, you working on my nerves. You put on this whole little act like it's about the family, it's about the family, but you one-sided, and then on top of that, you keep wanting them to have this conversation in front of other people, which makes me feel like it's really not about them, it's about them showing out and being a good addition to this show, since you probably told the producers that they would be, because this is your people that you brought on the show. So Evelyn and Shawnee meet with her business partner so that they can go and check out some of the weed shops around Amsterdam. The first one they go to, they smoke from a volcano. I think that's what it's called. And it's like basically the vape, the huge vape, and it releases into a large bag, and the bag is huge, and you just suck out the bag or whatever. And the whole deal was that Evelyn had to do just as much as Shawnee did. So they did that. They only took a few puffs off that from what I saw, and it was so high. They went on to the hemp museum and was so loaded, they couldn't stop laughing, embarrassing the shit out of themselves. And then Evelyn gonna say, I feel like I'm being rude as fuck. And it's like, bitch, since when is that an issue for you? You've been rude before. So like I said, the other ladies went to the countryside, took some real stylish pictures in some wooden shoes and shit. It was cute. It was a beautiful scenery. I really do want to go to Amsterdam. This is a whole commercial for come visit Amsterdam, okay? Malaysia says that her feelings were hurt by what Cece said about them not having jobs. And once again, Cece is like, that is not what I meant. I'm just saying, let me come to your shit and antagonize you. Let me come to your business and talk shit about what you're doing. And it just so happens that the afterthought was that, oh yeah, I forgot you bitches ain't got no businesses. But do I think that she thought about that when she was initially saying it? No, I think she was upset. She was venting. And what she was saying to what she thought was a family member should not have went back to the other ladies the way it did Kristen, you messy ass, big forehead, sensitive but not sensitive, phony ass bitch. You work on my nerves. I'm sorry. There's so many negatives about you. I can't even right now. I cannot right now. Jackie, thank you so much for being a voice of reason this episode. Because Jackie called out Kristen for toting the line. First, you want to go and be over there with Shawnee and Evelyn and be on their side. And then you want to come over here and talk to Malaysia and Cece and all of that. You're playing both sides. You're supposed to be for your family, ho. You're supposed to be for your family, ho. You just met them two bitches. But you out here on their side, kikiing with them on Cece's back. And then claiming that she did you so wrong and so dirty. Oh, Lord. Kristen says that she's looking out for herself because nobody else is looking out for her. I guess you mean Cece. Why don't you just say that, okay? Because you sitting up here talking about Cece never says what she really wants to say and it's annoying. Well, bitch, you're not saying what you want to say either. Malaysia says that when they was trying to get the situation fixed the first time, instead of being a real family member, a real friend, and coming by yourself, you brought Jennifer, somebody who the person that you was trying to talk it out with has a beef with, which did not make that situation better when she whispering negative shit about Cece in your ear. You did that shit. So if you really wanted to make up with her, why did you do that? So Malaysia did point that out. I was like, thank you, Malaysia. Please point that out because that was really annoying. But then she goes back to pointing out how Cece didn't invite Kristen to her birthday party. And I'm just like, are we really about to make a big deal out of her not getting invited to this birthday party? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Do y'all know how much people don't invite me to stuff? Do you know? My own family members be forgetting to invite me to shit. And that's probably because I work so much for so long, they be forgetting, okay? Nobody invites me anywhere. Nobody says, hey, Brittany, you want to go do something? Except for my homeboy, Andy, okay? I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, but if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen Andy, okay? Andy invites me to fucking places. Nobody else invites me anywhere. So as far as I'm concerned, I could be sitting up here mad and in my feelings all the fucking time. But I'm not. I don't give a fuck, okay? My husband invites me to everything. Okay, that's all that matters at the end of the day. I ain't got time to be in my feelings worrying about why somebody didn't invite me, why you ain't calling me, why you ain't, girl, what the fuck ever. Okay, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's all right. It's cool. I like my house better anyway. But I damn sure wouldn't be sitting up there crying about it, bringing it up over and over and over again as if some deep-rooted issue. It's not. So all the girls meet up for a boat ride. And the shit is awkward and uncomfortable. But as soon as Jackie says, let's drink, the doors of communication are now flooding open. Then Jackie asks if Cece wants to say anything to clear the air. And Cece says, once again, I want to say that when I said that about the jobs, it was not my intention. I was not trying to hurt anybody. But if I said something out of anger, I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to everybody. She's apologized more than once for this shit, okay? And it's just really annoying to me that she has to keep doing it. And then Kristen is sitting next to her, and Kristen starts to try to speak for her. And she's like, well, didn't you say that you had more beef with Jen than with Evelyn, and that she was just guilty by association, and y'all said some things about each other? It's like, bitch, didn't nobody ask for your input? And OG was like, there's no way that she can be neutral and be sitting up here trying to be friends with Evelyn and Jen. Like, and I think that's what she meant as far as stay the fuck out of it, because you don't seem neutral. You don't seem like you're having Cece's back in this moment. You seem like you're pushing her out in front of a fucking train. That's what it seemed like. Bitch, hurry up and get out in front of this train so you can get hit. That's what it looked like to me, bitch. Okay? I don't like her. I don't like her. Oh, and another thing. Cece says that there are women that I'm not going to get along with here. When she said that, Shawnee was like, oh, it's more than one woman, Shawnee. If you don't shut your instigating ass up, shut the fuck up, Shawnee. Shut the fuck up. And that's when Cece says, yes, I called Evelyn because she called me Ling Ling TT, whatever the fuck she called me, okay? She called me that. We said some things, now we're even, okay? And she says, I never really had a problem with Evelyn. Evelyn says, well, I never really had a problem with you until I heard that we don't work comment. And once again, Cece apologizes. And Evelyn says, well, I apologize for calling you Lily, okay? Cool. All right, great. The fact that Cece even had to apologize first to Evelyn after Evelyn and Jennifer are the ones who started this bullshit from the beginning. As soon as they said that shit to Kristen and Kristen stood there and laughed and kikied with them that first time, that was when this shit all started going downhill from that moment. And Cece wasn't even in that scene. So it's so amazing to me how this all ends up being up on her back. It's all her fault, and she's the one that needs to go around apologizing and clearing the fucking air. So amazing to me. So of course Malaysia she's still so hard up on Kristen dealing with her issues with Cece in front of everybody. Why didn't you invite her to your party? Oh my God, Malaysia. Why, Jesus? Why do you keep bringing up this fucking party? Why? It is so aggravating to hear you keep saying that same shit over and over again. Why didn't you invite her to the party? We want to know. We want y'all to talk about it. Y'all need to deal with y'all issues and stop sweeping it under the rug. Bitch, okay? You tap dancing on the nerve. Tap dancing on the nerve. Cece asks, why do we need to talk about this in front of y'all? Why do you want to know why she wasn't invited to the party in the first damn place, okay? If you want me to be honest, I didn't think she would want to come. She wanted to hang with y'all. She wanted to be friends with y'all. She had not been coming to any events that I had been inviting her to before that, and that's why I thought she wouldn't even care about coming to my party. So no, I didn't extend the invitation because I didn't think she would care. And this is when Kristen is like, what? I was not too busy hanging out with them. I was not busy. Why are you lying on me? And she says, I felt that way. It's not a lie. That's how I felt. I felt as if you were acting funny with me. You hadn't been acting like that before we came on this show and you made friends with them two bitter bitches, okay? But now you too busy to hang out with me. And then what it all boils down to is that Kristen says the text message is what made her not want to go on either one of those events or trips with Cece. She didn't want to go with her after Cece sent her that text message because she was pissed off. And Cece says, well, look, I don't want to get into the family business in front of everybody, okay? But I'm just telling you that's how I felt. And if that's not what it was, my bad. Cece did say that she and Kristen's issue didn't have anything to do with that text message. And that was what Byron felt. So apparently, and this is what I think, and we're going to get more into it because they talk about it at the end of the episode. But I personally think that Byron is feeling some type of way because maybe his children are acting funny with him, or they don't like the fact that, you know, this divorce from the wife and he not being around the kids because of the divorce. I think it might all be awkward for them. And I think that maybe that's the reason why he felt that way. And Cece explains later on in the episode that she really was just trying to let Kristen know what was going on so that she can go and talk to Thomas about it. Not because she was angry too, but girl, like, look, this what Byron told me. I don't know what's going on, but maybe you should talk to Thomas and they, you know, maybe they should meet up. She was trying to do something without really injecting herself into the situation because she's not even married to Byron yet. And I understand how uncomfortable it must be to feel caught in the middle of the situation because of your friendship with Kristen, but then see Kristen play you for them other two bitches on this show and therefore make you feel like, well, what am I inserting myself into this situation for if she don't even really care about me? Remember, we surface friends, bitch. So the next day when they all go out, Cece stays in. She said she didn't feel good. And Kristen was like, I'm not saying I don't believe it, but And I'm just like, bitch, are you happy that she giving you a break or not? Like, why does it have to be a thing with you? And that's the thing that annoys me about her. It's not just one thing. You constantly trying to find an issue with Cece for no damn reason. So Kristen, OG, Jackie, and Malaysia go bike riding around the city. And it's cute, y'all. It's like a beautiful ambiance. It's beautiful there. Everybody rides bikes like they ride cars. Get the fuck out of the way. Wonk, wonk. After the ride, they eat and talk once again about Cece and Malaysia saying we need to get it out and don't sweep it under the rug. Same old. Kristen just says that she doesn't want to talk about this anymore. She's tired of talking about it because she feels like she's been protecting Cece this whole time. That's why she didn't bring up the text message, because she was protecting Cece. Girl, protecting Cece from what? Protecting her from what? What are you talking about? Okay? Y'all, I don't know whether they leaving something out. I don't know whether it's because of the editing. I don't know. But none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. And it does nothing but work on my everlasting nerve because I think Kristen is full of shit. And I think that just like in true reality show, especially Basketball Wives franchise history, they've always picked on what we look at as the weakest person. It's not really a weak person. It's just somebody that's non-confrontational. So they pick on the person who they think they're going to be able to pick on that season. And if you ask me, they picked Cece out the group. She's soft-mannered. She's new on the show. And I really feel like because Kristen is I want to be famous, I want to be cool with the cool kids type of bitch, okay, feeling left out and all of that, she's on their coattails. So that now forces an environment where we're looking at Cece as somebody who can be fucked with, because y'all know OG gonna flip y'all hoes over a table if she have to. So Tammy is taking a walk with her daughter Jazz, and she's just discussing how she's glad that she didn't take the time to go on this trip because, like I said, throughout the history of the show, she has sometimes been the villain. She has sometimes been the person who picked on the weakest link in the group, all right? Several times on almost every fucking trip they've been on. Duffy was like the only time that I didn't feel like it was somebody really being picked on. Every other time that Tammy done got into it on one of these trips, it was somebody who you was really fucking picking on. And it works on my nerves, Jesus. So I'm glad that she didn't go. And I'm glad she felt the need to be in a calmer environment and not around these toxic tricks. Shout out to Vivica A. Fox, okay? So all the girls except for Kristen go to the red light district and go to a prostitution museum. And y'all, when they talk about them women having sex with 17 men a day, bitch, what? Okay, sometimes 24, 26 men a day, bitch, what? Bitch, where your vagina where? Okay, like even some of the even some of the fancy hoes on this show, you know what I'm saying, are like, oh my God, her vagina, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. And I agree. Okay, I always be telling y'all, everybody wants to sit up there and put sexual liberation in the same box with being a hoe, as if, you know, those two things mean the same thing. That is not true. Liberation does not mean I'm serving my coochie up on a platter for anybody that will take it. Those are not the same thing. Thank you, though. Everybody has a great time on this trip. You know, they had fun. They tried on these clothes. Cece really let her hair down with Kristen not being there. You know, everybody just had a good time. You know, it was good energy. Makes me want to go to Amsterdam. Once again, I'm going to the red light district, god damn it. So then Jackie and Cece go to have drinks together. And Jackie asks if Kristen and Cece are really friends or if they're just family. And Cece says that, look, she thought, I'm guessing she thought that they were really friends, but it's just difficult because it seems that you're either a friend in family or you're not, you're just family. And it's just a hard thing for her right now in between, you know, because she's in between so much. She's in between the two parts of the family. She's in between and where she is in her relationship with Byron. It's just a lot right now. And I think that they're putting way too much pressure on Cece to be the middleman in between Byron and his son. You know what I mean? Either way, Cece says that she wants to talk to Kristen alone. And Jackie says that they need to just get it out as soon as they can. Jackie and Malaysia are playing the parts of the calmer, you know, just kind of more laid back, chill person. But they talk to whoever has the beef and tries to get them to talk about it in front of the group. So instead of a producer having to come whisper in your ear, one of your castmates is whispering in your ear to have this conversation in front of everybody on camera instead of trying to have it in private. And I see y'all. Y'all better get y'all producer credits. So then Malaysia and Kristen walk up. And to me, it looked like something that Malaysia and Jackie set up. Okay? Ain't no fucking surprises around here. But they sit down and Jackie says, man, look, y'all talk. Talk about this shit, man. And Cece says, look, it's too much going on, and she starts to tear up and get emotional. And Kristen made me so mad because she's like, what are you crying for? What are you crying for? It's like, oh, because she don't have a baby in this situation, she can't be emotionally hurt or emotionally disturbed by what's been going on in y'all family. She can't be emotionally affected by being a person that everybody wants to keep fucking with. She can't be affected, but you can sit over there with all your lies and deceptions trying to put it all on your baby and you can cry, right? Fuck you, Kristen. Fuck you, okay? She sits up there and talks about the text message and how, oh, you sent me that text message, which is why I wasn't at those other 2 events. And how could you think that I wouldn't be mad about that? And Cece is like, that had nothing to do with me and you. I was giving you that information because I wanted you to do something about it. I was telling you that because I wanted you to go to Thomas and say, look what Cece told me, maybe you and Byron need to talk. And she says, but you're not telling him to come and see my baby. You're not telling him to come and spend time with my child. You're not helping the situation. And Cece is crying and she's like, look, I am trying to do my best, but I am still the step person. I am still the person on the outside of the situation. So if I insert myself too much, then y'all can be mad at me and say I'm doing too much and I need to mind my business. And then if I don't do enough, then I don't care. Cece feels like she can't win for losing in this situation and she's just trying to tread lightly. But Malaysia and Kristen feel as though she's her man's better half. So she should be able to push him to go and see his grandchild. And she keeps trying to say, that's not my place and I don't feel like I should be the one doing that, but I'm not keeping him from seeing his grandchild. Kristen says that she's tired of hearing excuses and she doesn't know what she's going to do. So she just gets up and walks off, and Malaysia goes to get her and says, look, we're never going to deal with this if you keep walking away. So bring your ass back to the table and let's finish talking about this. Y'all are not around my baby. Y'all are not around my baby. Y'all are not around my baby. Y'all are not around my baby, okay? Y'all haven't been around my baby in 7 months, okay? And she's like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not Byron. I can't force him to do anything he doesn't want to do. He's a grown-ass man, okay? But I have a life. Like, what do you mean? And I understand what she means. And that's when Malaysia says, well, maybe as her friend, as Kristen's friend, you can spend a little bit more time with the baby yourself, and then maybe Byron will follow suit. And I felt like that was good advice, but I also feel as if that is not Cece's grandchild, okay? And I don't feel like it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should really be expecting her to be like, oh yeah, let me come over there and get the baby, or let me just come over here and spend time with the baby, especially when there's beef going on in the family. It's uncomfortable, and she probably feels the need to follow her husband's lead on whatever they're going to do concerning his family, okay? So I really feel like they're putting way too much pressure on her. And I want to say that Malaysia couldn't make Gennaro, that's his name, right? She couldn't make her husband be faithful. Kristen, I keep doing that. Kristen, you can't make your husband have a baby when he's not ready. And all you got to do is not take a birth control pill or poke a hole in a condom, bitch. So as far as I'm concerned, it's so funny that y'all expecting her to do so much with a man she's not married to, and neither one of y'all can make y'all husbands do what the fuck y'all wanted them to do. I think that's fucked up. But by Malaysia saying that, maybe you need to spend some more time with her and with the baby, that kind of squashed it. And Kristen was like, well, you're saying that you're not the person that's getting in between him coming to see his child. I'm just going to have to accept that you said that there's no problem. And I was like, she never said that Byron didn't have a problem. She said that she's not telling him not to go and see the baby because of her relationship with you. That's what she's saying. And 7 months, you've been mad about this situation for how long if they haven't seen your baby in 7 months? And if they live down the street, Kristen, why couldn't you take the baby over to Byron's house? I don't understand. I really don't, okay? But they just go ahead and decide to squash that beef for now and go ahead and let it go. And I'm like, thank God, because I'm tired of talking about this stupid shit. It sounds like something either happened that y'all don't want to talk about on camera, or Kristen is mad at Cece for something that she can't control and using it as a way to get more camera time on this show. Like, I'm going to just go ahead and put it out there. You're doing this for a storyline. You're making a big deal out of something that you didn't give a fuck about a couple of months ago just so you could have a storyline on this show. Now, everybody's crying, and I guess there must be some real tears there. But I don't fuck with Kristen, and I don't give a fuck about her tears. And that's just how I feel about it. And then she gets in the confessional and says that, she's going to let it go. But Cece's position isn't solidified in this family. Then why the fuck are you expecting her to do all of that if her position isn't solidified in this family? Bitch, you need to talk to your father-in-law if you got a problem, instead of taking it to her like she's supposed to do something about it. Jennifer gets her big forehead ass to Amsterdam. And y'all, She made me so mad because she gonna say everybody needs to understand that it's one person pulling all the strings, okay? And that is Tammy Roman. And I'm like, girl, we got your text messages pulling the strings. We got your text messages saying that y'all needed to seek out Malaysia and use her as an op. We've seen the text messages, okay? Evidence of you trying to get other people to bring this story to Shawnee. So how you think we supposed to believe that it's all on Tammy talking about we have the receipts? Oh yeah, bitch, you found some receipts that you couldn't find before? Really? Evelyn and her take a walk. And while they talking, Evelyn is catching her up on what happened with Cece, conveniently leaving out her part in all of that. Thought that was cute. And then Jen says that, she doesn't really give a fuck about Cece. Get in line as being another person that's mad at her. And she says that she got caught up in Tammy's bullshit. And that's why we're here today. But she wants to talk to she wants to talk to Shawnee, and she wants to talk to Malaysia in a setting without Tammy so that Tammy can't be over talking her and shutting her down to cover up her lies. And here's the thing, Tammy does over talk people, but each and every time that we talked about this situation, Tammy has been quiet when Jen is talking. Fuck out of here. We've already talked about this. It's just that Shawnee ain't trying to fuck with you now. So now you're going to try to dig up some fake shit, some fake news or whatever. You're going to try to drudge some shit up and try to make it seem like Tammy was lying, even though both times that we had this conversation with you at Jackie's event and at the sit down that happened before that, you never had any of these receipts. But now all of a sudden you got receipts to bring to Amsterdam. Girl, get the fuck out of my face. Y'all, I can't deal with them. All right, Basketball Wives is known for aggravating the shit out of me. And I guess that's a good thing because that means more controversy surrounding the show. I guess that means more people are watching. I hope so. I hope there is something good out of all of this negativity and bullshit that's going on. Hoes being mad about dumb shit. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all that the best moments of the show were the moments where everybody was allowed to get along and just have a good time. Instead of all of this beef about small, insignificant bullshit. All right, that's my feelings on it. All right then. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. Thank you for watching. Care Bear, share with your friends. Chicken tits. Okay, and I'll see y'all in 90 Day Fiance. Peace out.